Let's take a look at these targets from TCRT Targets. Now this is their target tree system, and this comes with these brackets here that you just put on your own 1x. You can run to Lowe's or Home Depot and pick these 1x up pretty cheap, cut them to your size you want. You can make this all different sizes, just kind of however you want it. But this is how it's basically set up to be. Comes with these different size targets you can see. Now these are a self-healing rubber, and I'll try to show you on one of these. You can see how tiny those holes are. Those are 9mm holes, and this one is probably a 223 hole. But I, for one, love shooting steel targets normally, but there's times when steel's not the greatest. Like you want to be up close to it, shoot up close, or shooting with a rifle at, closer distances. Or maybe you're at a range where you can't shoot steel, but you can still take your own targets. And it just does hardly any damage, the shots do to them. So they're gonna last a long time. Now, they sell just the targets. They sell them with the system, so you can build a tree like this. And they also have a square silhouette style, or IDPA or something like that style target with the outlines in it and your rings in it. I do have one of those, and I'll show you a picture of it here in just a minute. But pretty neat targets and pretty easy to install. I just went ahead and installed them with some drywall screws, just screwed right through them into it with drywall screws. You could also clamp these on if you wanted, if you want them easier to take on or off, however you want to do it. But this whole system is pretty neat and pretty sturdy, and it's got this big base down here at the bottom, you can see. So it's really not going to tip over very easily, and just really works out really well for a rubber target system versus having to use steel all the time. Now we'll have a discount code and a link in the description below if you're interested in picking up some of these or just want to check out the price. These are really pretty affordable and pretty nice target setup. Here is your other style target. You can see you've got the outlines. You can go ahead and just spray paint these, and then you'll see your hits on them after you spray paint them. But it is outlined, so you could spray paint them like white and take a black Sharpie and outline it if you wanted to, or if you just want to look at it so you can see it. But pretty neat setup. They also have the target stand brackets in a set for mounting this on just a standard one. But we'll take a few shots at this real quick, and I'll show you just how well it does hold up when shooting at it. I've got just some 9mm full metal jacket. I've got some 9mm Federal Punch hollow point self-defense, and that's the one that I think might leave a little bigger hole in it because I haven't shot it with any hollow point yet. And then we'll also shoot it with an AR, some 223 full metal jacket. All right, so we're up pretty close with this is just some full metal jacket 9mm, and we'll see how it does. So we're actually pretty close to it. Let's see. Didn't really leave much. This tiny little spot in the back. A little divot in the front kind of shows. But no real damage to speak of. Now, let's run this. Find the other mag. Let's run this hollow point Federal Punch. Because I have a feeling this might take a little bit of this stuff away, but I think it's still going to hold up pretty well to it. Yeah, those are definitely a little harder on it. You can see the hollow points do take a pretty good hunk out with them. So probably not real wise to shoot these with hollow points. And I know they kind of recommend against that, because you can definitely tell the difference of where the hollow point hit it, and just the full metal jacket just goes through and it heals, but that hollow point kind of clogs up with it. So I probably would never shoot it with hollow points again. I just wanted to try it just to show you how it held up. But now let me grab the rifle and we'll run some rifle rounds to it. All right, now we're going to take some shots at this up close with 223 just full metal jackets. You can see it just leaves tiny little bitty holes in it, hardly anything at all in that 223 round. All right, well, I want to say a big thank you to TCRT Targets. Pretty neat product, really enjoying it. So I want to say thank you to them for sending it out. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and think I've earned it, consider subscribing. And if you think somebody else will enjoy it, make sure you share it out. That helps more than anything. We'll see you on the next one.